I just want to make enough money to pay for my bills and my food, and that's it.
And you're doing it slinging jokes.
That's it.
Which it seems preposterous. It seems impossible. It's like you tell jokes and pay LA rent prices. Like that shouldn't be allowed to happen. And then like yet a bunch of people are doing it.
And the great thing about stand-up and what we were talking about at the beginning of this, you're not in Hollywood. It's a different thing. You're not like, you don't need to be here.
Yeah.
In fact, looking at the map, in terms of like cutting the country in half as close as you can to major population centers and like cutting your flight times down, Nashville is one of those places that would be a great place to live if you're an established comedian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because 80% of the country lives on the East Coast, so that's 2-hour flights to every major city there. You know, LA's a hike, but you know, Seattle's a hike, Vegas is a hike, Phoenix is a hike, but you know, Denver's somewhat a hike, but everything else.
That's when I found out that Theo Von shacked up in Nashville after the pandemic. I was like, of course he did.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
Yeah, but if you look at a map, it doesn't make sense for comedians to live in Los Angeles.
No, it doesn't, because like we're not in Hollywood. Like I'm not auditioning for fucking Doritos commercials or anything. You know, like it's like Hollywood adjacent. The only reason that we came out here, this goes back to our earlier conversation, was that like back in Nashville, you could get up at like a bucket mic once, maybe twice a week, and then go 4.5 weeks, you know, like not even getting pulled. There just weren't the spots. Out here, you can do like 2-3 mics a night every single day of the week if you wanted to.
Dude, I love Slotted so
it's
much.
It's really great.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't want to. I have a buddy who lives in Dallas who's the funniest guy I've ever met in my entire life. Hank Gowdy. He's the funniest guy. Used to do stand-up, doesn't do it as much, but still writes and is still just brilliantly funny. And I was talking to him because I like Texas a lot. I think, you know, I've spent time there. I think maybe that may be a place I end up long term. I go, what's, you know, just shooting the shit. What's the open mic scene like in Dallas? And he hasn't been to LA, so he doesn't know about Slotted or anything. Like, yeah, you know, there's a bucket mic. You know, you may get pulled up at 2 a.m. I'm like, for an open mic, you could go right now and get on stage. Like, I didn't feel. I've never felt like such a spoiled brat. I'm like,
I could do 3 mics in 3 hours at the same place if I wanted to.
No, it's like really professional, really efficient.
We have enough time left in the night to hit 2 if we walked
we
out
hit
right now.
2 mics after the fucking
Think
pod.
about how much better you're getting than these people who are like in these cities that it's like a bucket mic at a bar and, you know, you're waiting and waiting and waiting and you got a job and you got to be up till 2. Like, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I want to go up at goddamn 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And maybe 7 and 8 and just pay $15. Fuck it. Because that's like the draw. They're like, well, it's free. It's like, yeah, well, the other ones are $5. Like, come on. Like, it's not breaking the bank to have on demand, like, I want to get up on stage and
I'm guaranteed up.
Yeah. For $5. It's
Yeah,
like,
I remember when I first found out about Slotted, like when everywhere started opening back up in LA, I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Amazing.
This is so much better than sitting around going like, coming up next, maybe not you. All right.
Yeah.
And that your heart beating like that, like at the improv mics or whatever else, which you just know that place is doing stuff right because of the way they do those mics where they go, in the hole is this person, on deck, on the laugh factory, they're just pulling you up one by one and you're just waiting. You're like, do I have to fucking get out of my seat?
Yeah. No,
Right now?
I've gotten pulled at the Laugh Factory and walked up on stage out of breath. Because you just go from...
Every time I'm out of breath when I walk up.
You just go from sitting to...
Nervous as shit.
Ryan Jennings. Oh, okay, hey, guys. Holy shit. Whew, damn. And then you get 2 minutes and it has to be clean and you fucking bomb.
What the fuck are they doing over there, man?
It's the worst
I
place.
love that place, but goddamn, what are they doing?
Dude,
It's a great building. I love the building.
The building's the coolest.
But
dude.
they're just stuck. The Laugh Factory's stuck in this old way of doing things. And they haven't adjusted. And it shows.
And they don't even follow their own rules. We've been there a couple of times where like the best comic of the night is going up there, says fuck this, shit this, whatever. They get the call back. It's like, are we doing this or are we not, fellas?
Right.
Come on, like what's going on here?
I thought it was clean.
I censored my entire act just to like go up here. What are we doing?
Yeah, so you make yourself seem not serious when you do that. When you go, okay, something else is going on here.
Yeah, it's odd.
And again, I love the way it looks on the inside. I love some of the comics who like frequent there.
I'd love to get into the factory.
Yeah, it would be great.
I like the factory building better than the improv building.
I like the factory building better than all the buildings. I like that upper level where you can just go in as a comic and just sit there in, you know, darkness and watch like a freak and not laugh the whole time but think it's brilliant. Yeah, no, I really do love that place, dude.
My favorite's the store. I love the store. We moved out here for the store. That's the place. The store is
I like
the
the store. I
greatest.
mean, I grew up with it. You grow up going to it all the time. It's just dark.
Yeah.
It's just not, but like that's what it is. That's the whole point. It's every wall's painted black.
I love it.
But everyone that we ever like looked up to, they always talked about like the Comedy Store, and there's like Zanies in Nashville. That's like the biggest comedy club there.
My
but
sister
it's
used to work there.
But it really?
It's part of the reason why I got into stand up.
Wow.
She worked there, and I went and hung out, and I'm like, oh man, this is so fucking cool. But anyway, yeah.
No, I've actually never been to Zanies as long as we lived in Nashville.
It
no.
is a
I've been there-
shithole.
I've been there once. I've been there once. It's a cool club, but
It's a cool club,
it's the
yeah.
only club there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just Nashville will never be, I think, a big stand-up town.
No, because it's Music City. It's always going to play, no pun intended, second fiddle to music.
Music is it. That's why I like something about like Austin. I love the idea of Austin.
It's still, sorry to cut you off, it's still hard for me to buy sometimes that Nashville is Music City. And like it is, like there's a lot of people, even beyond country, who live, their permanent residence is in Nashville.
Yeah.
But you go there and you're like, part of the reason why I love this place is because it's so small and homey. Mm-hmm. You're like, this is really where like industry is, the music industry. It's like, I still feel like LA is where music industry is. I still feel that way. But like Nashville certainly has, my sister moved out there from here. She's from here, moved out there. So it's like, I haven't been there long enough to see that side of it, to where you got these artists coming up. But like, the way we talk about open mics here is probably the way that musicians talk about, even open mics there. Like
Absolutely.
They're hitting them all, they're trying to get shows, they're trying to get on stage. And
For music, that's the place to be.
also, that's so insane. Like we get feedback, we get laughter, we know if we're doing well. Music, you've got no idea if you're crushing. Like how do they do that? I don't understand.
Dude, it's fucking weird. You just gotta like be up there and read it. I don't know.
You've played a bunch of shows.
Can you feel it though if you're doing well?
Yeah.
Like you can gauge your own performance, but
yeah, but it's like there's also the thing that I really liked about stand up that like I never really loved about music is that like once you start a fucking song, even if it's like your banger song and it's not going well, you got like 3 minutes left.
That's so
and then
funny.
you're stuck in there where it's like if things are going well on stage,
can't
you can
bail.
go, all right, pivot. We're gonna talk about this now.
How funny would that
But if
be?
you're like
fuck
4
this
chords
song.
in and you're like, oh, they hate this. What the hell, dude?
Damn. Yeah, you can't just bail, can you?
Like,
No,
I
you
fucking hate this song too.
You're stuck in the middle of it, and then like you and your bandmates have discussed the set list for a month, and you're up in front of like 500 folks, and it's like everyone knows which song is coming next. There's not a lot of like in the moment switching up. It's very like pre-prepared. Whereas like with stand up, like I said before, if things aren't going well, you can just pivot. Just be like, I'm gonna talk about this now, and then win them back over. It's not as locked in as music is.
Right.